Hello there and welcome to the first episode of Carp Diaries from us here at Apex Angling. As we all know, winter fishing can be slightly off-putting at times, with carp tending not to feed as heavily as they do in the warmer months. In this episode we are at Gabriel's Farm Fishery in Edenbridge, where we're hoping to bag our first carp of 2012. The complex is relatively new, yet boasts lakes for all types of fishermen. We're after carp, so we're fishing Oak Lake, which you can see has a number of good features in the form of islands and tight margins, perfect to lure those elusive carp. The lake record currently stands at 33 pounds, although there are significant ahead of mid-doubles and 20s. These are what we're here to catch, and we'll talk through our rigs, setups and baiting techniques to hopefully improve your angling too. For further information on Gabriel's Farm, you can visit the website listed below. Hopefully it won't be too long until one of us gets into a carp to set us up for a good 2012. Just had the first run of the day. Been here a couple of hours now. It's not feeling particularly big, but I don't know, it's putting a bit of a bend in the rod, I suppose. There is a known 34 in here, but we can only dream, eh? Came quite unexpectedly. This is the one on got a 12mm halibut pellet pre-soaked, topped with just a bit of maize as a boilie stock, with a hook on the underside. Hopefully be the first of many to come. We've been here about 3 hours or so now. Putting up an alright fight. This was just fished off of the island, about 2 foot off or so, on the far side. There we go. And there we have it, the first of the day. Only a little one, but hopefully first of many to come. Beautifully scaled, fully scaled, all the way down. It's just what the fish are like here at Gabriel's. And yeah, nice one. So this is a spot I just had that £6.10 off of. On this island just here we've got a shelf that comes out so the bailiff informs us, 2 or 3 foot. We've caught here regularly in the past, so it seems to be the promising place to keep the bait. Just had a recast, got bang on again, exactly the same spot. So yeah, fingers crossed this should be a start of many.
Right, well that was an absolutely cracking fish there, mate. Really was a beautiful one. I mean, how do you feel about it?
Oh, fantastic. Just really does sum up the great head of fish they've got here at Gabriel's Farm. I say it's one of the smaller ends. There's a known 33.5 in here. I say that tipped the scales at £6.10. It's a relatively new water, but we feel that because the fish in here in the first place were only £10 or so that were put in, that this must, I doubt it would have lost spawn, in which case it is one of the offspring of one of those first generations. Again, that was just a foot off the island. I've managed to get out in the same spot again. So yeah, we're going with a web mesh at the moment. Now we'll just talk through what we've actually got in there. What have you got in yours, Chris?
I'm using a tactic today that are tried and tested really by many anglers. Lots of good quality bait in here. I think that's really important in winter. The carp are being very selective about what they eat, as we all know, not eating much, conserving their energy. So it's really important to have good quality bait around to really entice them down. So I've started with the pellets, make up the bulk of my mix from Bait Tech here. Really good pellets, very reasonable priced as well. It's a nice way to bulk out your mixes for not too much of a cost. So I've got Bait Tech in both 3mm and 12mm. The 12mm, like I discussed earlier, give me a really nice hook bait option, pre-drilled anyway, so it's really easy to put on the head. Making up the rest of the dry mix, I've also used Census Gold. Unfortunately I don't have the packet here. Ground bait, I finished that off earlier. I actually did this last night as well, so it all soaked together. That really gives the fine crumb that you can see. That just creates that really nice cloud coming up through the water column, drawing fish in from all over.
And
really
have
happy.
you added any additives to this in terms of, say, liquid?
Yeah, I have.
You can't just keep it dry.
No, what I've used is a product I've never used actually before. Again, found this in the bait shop the other day. This is the Mainliner Activate Syrup. It's more reasonably priced, I think, than the glugs. Obviously it's not as concentrated. As you can see, I don't know if you can see how much I've used in there, barely any, and that's lasted all my PVA mix. That should last me all weekend. Lovely smelling bait, as we all know, mainline, great products. Like I said earlier, I did that last night. I made it all up last night, poured this in, mixed it together, put the lid on my tub, let it soak in overnight. The pellets that we've got really are super absorbent. They bring in all those flavours and slowly release them when they're in the water. Like I said, attraction is key in winter. I've also got a little bit of cell crushed up in there. We all know the cell's a great bait, and what I've done is use the quarter crusher, which I think everyone's got nowadays. Use that to crush these up into smaller particles, and that's in the mix as well. Matt, yours is a little bit different to mine, made up of some of the same ingredients, so why don't you talk us through yours?
Again, high quality ingredients I think is key to things, especially winter fishing. Again, I've got some 8mm rubbing red carp pellets made by Dynamite Baits. Used them to disastrous effects here before. Had a lovely 16 a few weeks ago, just before Christmas. Fantastic fish, and say that fell to 2 8mm, so I thought it'd be a bit silly of me to leave them out. I've gone for the 2mm pellets as opposed to the 3. Again, just something different. You see a lot of carp fishermen, they'll always fish the bigger pellets, but sometimes I think it's nice just to get a mixture going on in there. Again, I've got the Bait-Tech halibut 8mm pellets, and I've also got some crushed up, again with the quarter crusher. But in terms of the additives that I've put in here, just to start off, I had some Van Eynd, which I don't actually have any left of, unfortunately, but again I appreciate these last night. Van Eynd green-lipped mussel, very well priced. Lasts you a while, and it really does stink, and I think that's key to this winter fishing, just to get as much smells going on there, the attractant, because obviously you've got to get them feeding. On top of that, I've got the Black Snail liquid carp food made by Essential Baits. This stuff really does stink, but I've gone for the natural as opposed to the sweeter smells. Obviously we're seeing how it goes at the moment. Whoever catches first, we should oh wait, that's me.
Very funny.
Yeah, it seems to be working at the moment, but like I say, we're both using high quality baits. In terms of my hook baits, obviously I'm glugging them in the Active 8 and the New Grange, separate rods, but yeah, see how it plays off at the moment. Again, these were soaked overnight, just to let them, the flavours and smells really enhance the bait, and these were put in a stick mix, which I'd say was around 2 inches or so in length, and just under 1 inch in diameter, really not that big at all.
Doesn't need to be, does it really?
I think that the key to winter fishing is small but very concentrated.
Definitely. As you probably can tell, the light's coming in a little bit now, the sun's sitting quite low. We're probably going to leave our rods in to around 4:30 till it does start to get dark. Then we'll both have a recast each, reposition our rods so we're happy with them for the night. I've been feeding just a little spot off the side of my margins down here. I've seen a little bit of activity. Matt's been doing the same down the left down there. Probably put these in overnight. We have had luck off the margins the night before.
Indeed.
I was actually surprised your fish came out in the daylight, because every time I've been here, that's not happened to me so far. That, granted, that is only 2 or 3 times.
It seems to be everybody else but ourselves.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems to be that of a night time they are certainly hoarding up in the shallower areas. The 16 I caught here, beautiful carp, that was it only must have been just under a couple of feet of water. So it really does show that they come up in the shallower areas. Definitely. When it certainly does get cold. So yeah, fingers crossed. We should speak to you soon, hopefully in the night.
Yeah, hopefully next time you see us. Got the 33 in my hand, gorgeous mirror.
Who knows, eh?
We can dream, eh?
Who knows?
So yeah, as we said, winter's coming in, it's cold. Hopefully the fish don't feel it. Good times. Morning, it's just gone 7:30 in the morning, and as you can see from what's around us and the pictures of the video you've just seen, very heavy frost today. Last night it actually got down to about -3, so it's pretty nippy, and we didn't actually have anything at night, not that we expected to with temperatures like that. All our rods are frozen, reels are frozen, everything, so we'll be trying to sort that out in a minute.
Yeah, very cold night. I had a couple of bleeps on my right hand rod on the 12mm pellet, but obviously no runs as such. Going to give it another half hour or so and then rebait both rods. I say the 12mm, a bit worried that the pellet might have gone a bit too soft. I know it's a bit colder, so it will take that bit longer to break down, but just for peace of mind, I'm going to clip the line up and get the cast back exactly in the same spot, just with another small PVA webbing. As for the luncheon meat rod I've got just in the margins, it's about 3 foot in the margins or so. We're going to keep it in the margins for a bit. I know for a fact that the luncheon meat will stay on there. Put a good boilie stop on, and yeah, just going to wait for it to warm up, and hopefully when the sun hits the lake we should start seeing some activity around 9–10 o'clock, I hope.
I might have a little bit of a different tactic. The aim's maybe putting my rods in the deeper water till about 10 or 11. Reason being, when it gets a lot colder, the fish can go down there, just because with the larger volume of water it can be more constant for them, it takes longer to cool down and heat up, so they might be sitting down there just sitting out in the way. And then obviously when it gets a bit warmer this afternoon, I'll put it back into the shallows where they're likely to come up for the warmer water. But there's a few bubbles and things going on in the water, so we are quite hopeful of maybe sneaking out another fish today. I mean, one fish between us in this sort of weather's good going anyway. But it'd be really nice to maybe get a bigger one out and a lovely looking dark winter carp.
We've had a couple of crashes, so we're optimistic, but like we said, it being this cold, we're not expecting to catch, but we're certainly doing the right thing, so fingers crossed. Next time we speak to you, we should have a nice carp in our hands.
Hopefully. Let's rock.
Right, just finished filming about 15 minutes ago or so. Last thing we saw, just had a very slight run. Doesn't feel particularly big at all, caught it in very quickly. Just trying to bring it to the surface now just to see what kind of size we're looking at. This is on the pellet just off the island again.
The handle's still out, isn't it? It's frozen, so...
I dare say it'll start putting up a bit more of a fight now. It's yeah, like it is. Starting to take a bit of line. I was literally just tying PVA bag up, web mesh bag, just to recast this rod. Taking line now.
I think that shows that even soft pellets can last quite a while, because this has been out there about 15–16 hours, isn't it, mate?
Indeed. Really good fight.
Started to kick up a bit more now, but it's in the margins.
Just got to try and keep it away from the margin.
And that's hands for freezing on that rod.
It is nice.
Still haven't seen the fish yet.
Nice little mirror.
A little bit bigger than the one we got yesterday.
Nice one. Unfortunately, the camera's about to die. Battery's not doing too well. We just had another carp, say 7.5 pound. Warm morning, hopefully we'll have more to come. For more information, check out the link below. Nice one.
Yeah, Gay Fisheries, make sure you get down. Brilliant day like you've seen. Hopefully see you soon. Nice one.